surprise for our opening tonight.
Lovely music.
Carousel, one of my favorite musicals.
Is it?
Just because the music is so beautiful. You know, I have a soft place in my heart for that great music.
Well, I do like the music.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite show.
Well, that's okay.
Not a lot of people to like in that show.
It's better than some others that have numerical names. We will not mention that.
I disagree with that statement, but that's okay.
Welcome everyone. We forgot you were out there.
Picnic
Extravaganza.
Carousel / we're
Yes.
not doing a clam bake, but
No,
it kind of ties into summer fair.
Absolutely. Tell us about that overture. We were just talking about it
Oh
earlier.
gosh. Well, Carousel, Rogers and Hammerstein's second show.
Second.
Richard Rogers said it was his favorite of all of their shows, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, they were following up Oklahoma, so they had pretty big cowboy boots to fill,
That's
if
true.
you know what I mean.
That's true.
And they did it admirably.
They did.
It was a big hit.
It's beautiful.
And we'll get into more details, but
Yeah.
a lovely show. And,
Yeah. So
that's what we're
we've
doing.
got lots of little parts today.
we have lots of, what are you
I'm
making?
doing some burgers, a couple different kinds of burgers, and I'm going
Goodness.
to do some chicken sausage brats, and we're going to spice everything up just a little bit.
Oh.
And what are you doing?
I am going to do some of the side dishes and a dessert. I'm going to do some nice trio of baked beans. And
Trio?
A trio.
Is there a trio in Carousel?
I don't think so. There's some duets though.
Some duets.
Some pretty famous duets and a soliloquy.
And when
But
you,
we never get we get a one, we get a two, but no trio.
just when the audience sings along,
Yeah.
which is every time you go to see a show.
Yes. And then I'll finish it all up with people love this in summertime, strawberry pretzel pie.
Oh, that sounds very southern.
It kind of does.
And
I
that
think
will
it is.
kind of tie into my southern thing that I'm going to start
Yes.
with.
You're going to start with what, southern?
I'm going to start with some pimento cheese.
That is southern.
And it's great on a biscuit, or it's great on some bread, toasted bread. It's just great everywhere.
It's
But
great on a spoon.
yeah, we're going to do something different with it today. So I'm going to make this first, and then you're going to see what we're doing with it. This is just 8 ounces of shredded cheese, and I use the mild because I don't like it for it to take over.
Mild cheddar.
Yeah, mild cheddar.
Okay.
And I'm going to put about a cup of mayo in there. Good mayo, as they
Good
say.
mayo. It doesn't have the word
Yes.
miracle in it.
No miracles here. I'll turn it this way. You can kind of
Doing
guess
your
what it is.
Southern measuring, which
Yes.
I'm doing today too.
And 1 small jar of pimentos, because pimento cheese. It should just be called mayo.
Mayo pimento.
Yeah,
Easy
we
for
could
you to say.
Yeah. We put,
You know, the first time I ever had pimento cheese,
when?
the same woman who made me this apron,
Oh my.
Mary Husted, a good Southern gal. I was at her house and she made this in her mixer, and I had no idea what she was doing because I'm from St. Louis.
Here we
And
go.
then we ate it. Oh my goodness, life-changing.
Okay, and that is
I love
it.
the smell of pimentos.
That's it,
No
folks.
salt, no pepper?
No salt, no pepper. Because I might have put it in if I was going to eat this by itself, but I'm going to use it in a different way than it's probably ever
Okay.
been used before
Okay.
in my burgers.
Well, that's so easy, but it's so good.
So I'm going to let that mix up
Okay,
and you
well,
take
let's jump
over.
over here. The strawberry pretzel dessert has kind of 3 steps, so I wanted to get started with a couple of those steps. So the first thing is the crust. Pretzels, and you can put them in a baggie, get a rolling pin, and take out your aggressions and crush them. So they kind of look like that, okay? 2 cups, and then 3/4 cup of melted butter, and let me add this in first. 1/4 cup of sugar is going to go in with my crushed pretzels. I give that a stir, and then we're going to add 3/4 cup of melted butter. I mean, it's pretty simple and pretty good. We're going to mix that up. This is going to be more than enough to fill this little pan, but this is my demonstration for everyone today. But you just want to stir it till it's well combined, the sugar mixed up, the butter mixed up. And once that has happened, you just are going to put it in the bottom of a 9 by 13 pan. But again, this is for demonstration purposes. Smooth it on the bottom, pat it down. There's your crust layer. And you're going to bake this at 350 for about 10 minutes. Okay, you want it to get set. When it comes out of the oven, like magic, it's going to look like that. all baked, solid crust. So there's our bottom layer. The next thing I want to show you, because this has to start to gel, is actually going to be our top layer, and it's a package of strawberry jello. And we're going to add our hot water, almost boiling, 1 cup of hot water, and we're going to whisk it up. And you want this to start setting pretty quickly. So once you've got it all dissolved, stir it up really good. Make sure all that gelatin is dissolving in there. We are going to add a cup of the ice cubes and some frozen strawberries.
Jello, there's nothing better.
Nothing better.
I saw a cooking show the other night, and they had to use Jello as the main ingredient in their baking.
Ooh.
It was really cool.
Well, back in the 50s, that was such a thing.
Yeah, it really was.
Gonna add frozen sliced strawberries. These have quite a bit of moisture in it, so I cut back on the ice cube water, maybe a half a cup, and then I'm gonna put in our frozen strawberries because they're also gonna have some moisture, and they're gonna help now this to start to set and gel. So you just keep mixing, make sure that's all dissolved, and it's going to start to firm up. And that is the second step for our top part. Once you get it all mixed up, you can set it in the fridge, or if your ice cubes aren't quite melting, you can leave it out, but I put it in the fridge so it starts to firm up. Our first 2 steps are complete. I'm going to pass it back over to Kevin.
All right, we're going to work on some burgers now. Get that out of the way so we can get them on our grill here. We're grilling indoors today because the weather is not so conducive to outdoor grilling. So you can do it any place that you want to. So these are pesto burgers. Pesto, not presto, pesto.
Pesto sounds good.
So you can make your own pesto, but I said, why do that when I can just get it at the grocery store, which I did. And I'm going to take about a tablespoon and just kind of eye it, maybe a little bit more than a tablespoon. And I'm going to put that into the ground beef with the salt and pepper.
Pesto.
Yep. And I'm just going to eye it and see if I can see pesto. If I see enough pesto, I won't put any more in there. Does that smell? Is that wonderful?
I just have my basil plant out on my porch now, and it is, with all of this rain, it is going crazy, and I thought it's time to make some pesto.
Speaking of pesto, why don't you tell us how we make pesto, since you just kind of gave away the recipe.
Oh, okay. Well, get yourself some basil.
Spoon, excuse me.
You know, summer's a great time to grow basil. It just kind of explodes if it gets enough water and sunshine.
I grew mine and just packaged it up.
Yeah, you could do that. Or you could buy it like that. You take the basil leaves. Some people use pine nuts, some people use walnuts. I kind of do a combo of both.
Nice.
Parmesan cheese, olive oil, a little salt and pepper. You know, put all that in a food processor and let it go until you get this consistency. I will say, I know we talk about Ina quite a bit.
We do. We love Ina. Ina, if you'd like to come be on our show, we'd love to have you.
I think she has the best pesto recipe. If you're looking for one out there on the interwebs,
Ina
search
Pesto.
for hers. Yeah,
Isn't that her maiden name, Ina Pesto?
Ina Pesto.
Before she went to Garden.
I think so. A pesto garden.
Yes.
That'd be a good little hyphen. Ina Pesto garden. Now she's definitely going to come on the show and tell us stuff.
Yes. We'll all get sued now. If you don't see us next week, you know why.
You'll know why. But that's, you know, if you make your own pesto, you can put it on crostini, little toasted bread on top of pasta. It's so good. It tastes like summer.
Tastes like summer.
It just tastes like summer.
All right, I'm moving on to burger 2.
Burger 2, and that's just hamburger.
It's just hamburger so far. And what we're going to do is we're going to make very thin burgers with this. I'm just going to do one at a time.
Like almost sliders?
No, they're bigger.
Okay.
They're just thin because I'm going to put something in the middle.
Oh.
All right.
Filler.
Filler
now.
Something like that.
Sort of. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask you a few little trivia questions.
Okay, you do that.
What year, this is general, did Carousel open on Broadway?
Is that right so far?
Yeah. Yes.
50.
Earlier.
47.
5. 45.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it's
45.
very close. Based on the play Lilium, and which was, I believe, a Poland, first produced in Poland.
Yeah, Lilium's Eyes.
Lilium, yes. And doesn't really have an overture. They open with the Carousel Waltz, which we were playing at the beginning of the show. Many people consider that one of the best, I guess you'd say non-overtures, but
yes,
beginnings to a musical. And the original, Billy Bigelow, John Raitt.
John Raitt, we love John Raitt.
And the original, Julie Jordan, was Jan Clayton. So.
Okay, I have to stop you for just a
Okay,
second, 'cause I'm on
enough
to the
of
next
that.
step.
Oh boy, I think I see where we're going here.
We've got our pimento cheese that we made. You see that? And we're going to just
stop
put
the
a
presses.
little of, just a little.
Just a little
Because it's
taste.
kind of like a cheeseburger, right?
It is a cheeseburger.
So we've got the two patties, and remember they're thin, and we're gonna put one on top of the
That's
other.
not going to ooze out?
Well, I hope it does, because then you get that sticky,
Okay.
nice, crunchy. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gonna be lovely?
So delicious.
Yeah. And so I've salted and peppered one side. I'm gonna do the other side
Okay.
now.
Oh, I love this.
And that's gonna
make
go
these.
right on the grill. So that's number 2.
Off he goes to the grill.
Well, not yet. We're gonna do
okay.
one more thing. I'm gonna get rid of this. We're running out of room today. We have so much food.
There's a lot. Well, when you have a picnic, you
Yes.
want a lot of courses.
That's
or
right.
if you're having a clam bake, you want a lot of
Yes.
courses.
Now, I'll tell you something that I do not like about picnics. You have to bring all these condiments with you. Instead of like, we're gonna make a hot dog, let's put this on it, let's put that on it, let's put this on it, and that, and you can bring all this stuff. And I
Yeah.
just don't like to do that. So I am trying today, an inaugural way to make these sausage and, chicken and apple sausages that will eliminate that problem. So what I'm gonna do,
No condiments needed.
right, well, we'll do mustard and ketchup, that sort of thing, but like all the onions and stuff that you have to put on it.
Oh.
So we're gonna try this and see if it works.
Okay.
So I'm gonna open it up.
Oh boy.
A little bit
We're
more
just
here. We're trying all new
Fillings.
things.
We're
Yes.
doing meat fillings.
Yes.
I like that idea.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I've got some jalapeno here, and I've got some really spicy, some red onions and some cheese. And I'm just gonna fill that like a hot dog bun.
Just a little bit of those
Just a
peppers.
little
That
bit.
one's for you.
Well, remember it's gonna cook up, so it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we're gonna put some cheese. And then we'll just do a little bit of the red onion.
You could open up a little food cart.
Now look, it's ready to go, isn't it?
It
But how am I
is.
gonna grill that? That's gonna fall
Are you
out.
gonna put any toothpicks in it?
Well, what's that?
Oh,
There's some bacon here.
Oh, my.
We can't have bacon out on the
you know
counter.
what's
and not
better than a
use it.
toothpick?
Bacon. All right.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna wrap this whole thing.
Like a filet
min
bratwurst.
bratwurst.
Uh-huh.
Min bratwurst.
Min bratwurst.
Isn't that a character in The Producers?
It should be.
All right. So I'm just wrapping that around.
Like the best idea ever.
Yeah, but we still do need a toothpick because you made such a big deal out of toothpicks.
I just mentioned that.
Now, some people cut these in half, and so you just use half of one. But I don't want anybody to break their teeth on.
No,
so
I like
just
to
use
see
a whole one.
Use the whole thing, and then
'cause
you
you're
see
gonna-
it, and you can take it out.
You're gonna take it out
Yes,
anyway.
I'm with you 100% on that.
So there we go.
We agree on toothpick etiquette.
Now look at that.
Oh man.
No, that's gonna be something.
That is gonna be
All right, so those are the 3 burgers. I'll show when we assemble the pesto burger. We have to add a few things to that.
Okay.
But I'll show you how to do that. But I'm going to get this on the grill, and you continue
Okay,
with
I will
your
do
salad.
the middle
And
step.
you can put some bacon in it if you want to.
I am going to use bacon in
Oh.
just a little bit, of course. Okay, so we have our crust that's baked. Our gelatin is chilling. So our middle section for this is cream cheese. I'm doing kind of a half recipe, but the recipe will be on our website, of course, so check for that. It's a whole one of cream cheese, and it is a whole with topping, but I'm doing half right now, just because that's all I need. Here it goes. Oh. I kind of noticed with our Southern cooking that, the amounts are, we're not baking today, we're cooking. And so you have a little more wiggle room with exact specifications, but I will tell you I am putting in 3/4 a cup of sugar. Okay.
Take a look at the trifecta over here.
Oh man, that is beautiful. It's a sizzling.
It's a sizzling.
It's sizzling. Okay, it's going to get loud because we're mixing and sizzling. But I like to mix this. You want to make sure your cream cheese, that everything is smooth. Okay, so here we go. Making sure it's at room temperature will help immensely. Oh, so good.
I'll turn the water off. That'll be a little less noise for you.
What?
The sound of progress.
Brenna will fix it in post.
Yes.
All right. You just want to make sure your cream cheese, that there's no lumps. Like I said, having it at room temperature makes that process a lot quicker. So this is baked. I'm going to take this layer and put it over the crust. And you're just going to smooth this out and make a nice cream cheese layer. Try to get all the way to your edges. When you show up to a party or a picnic with this stuff, people just go crazy. And I think it's that nice mixture of savory with the pretzels and the sweet and then the strawberries. And it is just so pretty.
People love pretzels and everything. Now they put them in M&Ms. I saw them in a Snickers bar. They put them in everything now.
So if your Jell-O has not started to gel yet, you could just pop this in the refrigerator and let that cream cheese kind of harden just a little bit. So I'm going to do that.
I've got my burger platter ready to go. I'm going to start working on the buns.
And, well, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to jump to my beans.
Okay. We got the fancy buns today.
You said buns.
You said pretzel.
That's true. Pretzel buns, that will be good.
Oh, they would be.
Are you ready for me to do beans?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Just getting ready for when they come off the grill.
Okay. I've got to get some stuff.
Get some stuff.
I've got to get some stuff. All the good stuff that makes it taste good. So I call this a trio of baked beans. So I've got black beans, great northern beans, and those have both been drained and rinsed. And then a can of pork and beans, not drained. You want that gooey, yummy stuff in there. So there's the beans. Now we're going to put all the good stuff that's going to go on top of that. So we're going to start with 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, 1/4 cup of ketchup, and a teaspoon of mustard.
That sounds lovely.
Yep. This has a little bit of kick.
That's why we love to grill.
Oh, okay. 3 tablespoons of molasses, a little sweetness.
Yum.
I love the smell of molasses. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of chili powder for that little bit of kick. Just going to mix all of that up. Get that brown sugar broken up. You see all that? Oh, it smells good. It looks good. Once that's well combined, okay, we're just going to add it. I'm going to move your bacon.
Okay.
We're going to take all of this yummy stuff. We are going to add it to our beans. Mix it up real good. Ugh.
Oh, that's great.
And, you know, Kevin can't be the only one with the secret special ingredient. So get yourself some bacon, dice it up, and add it to those beans, and stir that in. Oh, so good. Smell that molasses.
It smells great.
Once you've got it all mixed, you're just gonna cover it with foil, or if you have a lid for your cooking dish, and cook it at 350 for about 20 minutes. Make sure you don't overcook it because your beans are already cooked. You're really just heating it through, and you want to keep it nice and moist. So I would check it about every 10 minutes, and once it's heated all the way through, you are good to go. You could also pop it in the microwave if you're in a rush and you want to do it that way. So into the oven you go.
All right, are we ready to assemble our burgers?
I think we are, and then I'll
Would
finish
you
up.
put some mayonnaise on one of those hamburger buns for me?
We will.
And we'll bring them over. We'll debut them one at a time.
Okay. Woo! Trying to make an escape. One of the buns, you said?
Yes, just top and the bottom of one.
Up on the bottom. Okay. To make my husband very happy, putting mayonnaise on the bun.
And here's our first one. This is our pimento cheeseburger. See
Oh,
that?
it's beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful. And look at this. This is bring the camera over here because this is the best part. This cheese that has seeped out.
Are you going to put that on top?
No, I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to eat it after chef. That's the chef special.
Okay.
Then this is our pesto burger.
You don't want any?
Nope,
Okay.
not yet.
Not yet.
This is what we're going to do with our pesto burger. We're going to, where's my spoon? Here's the spoon.
You need a
We're
big
going to
one?
put a couple of pieces of provolone cheese on it.
Need it.
Well, let's just put one. I think that'll work.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to put some spaghetti sauce on the top.
Spaghetti sauce.
A
It's a
little
little Italian burger.
Yes, it is. And then we're going to put no mustard on that yet. Mustard is for the next item.
Okay.
We're going to, just for fun,
Oh.
going to put...
Hey, you know what you could do? You could chiffonade that.
You could. Maybe some week we should show how
Maybe
to
we should
chiffonade.
show how to do that. Oh, that's beautiful.
All right, so there's that. But we could need something for this.
We have a lonely little bun here.
Now, I'm going to get the tongs here. Now, remember we talked about the...
The toothpicks?
I took them out.
Oh, good.
Look at that. Now, that doesn't say picnic. I don't know what
That
does.
looks great.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this is the low calorie of the chicken sausage allows you to put the bacon on.
Offsets the bacon.
Yes. And I
like
can't eat a sausage
love
like that
good
without
mustard.
a lot of, well, this is mustard.
I know. Remember the one I bought at the farmer's market?
Yes.
I would splurge. Use that. Mm.
All right. So, let's get some if you want any of that on there on the pimento cheese.
Okay, I still have to finish putting my dessert
Put some
together.
pickles on it.
Let's put this over here. Oh, pickles.
And I'll cut these in half and serve them up while you're
Okay.
finishing up yours.
All right, let's see how my Jell-O's doing.
How is that Jell-O doing?
Pretty good. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Still have some ice cubes in there.
Oh,
Push
nice.
those out.
You can make a cocktail out of
Hold
it.
on. Okay, there's a cocktail. There we go.
I'm going to use my knife skills on this. You can toast these buns if you'd like. Some people
I
like,
love my buns toasted.
some do, some don't.
To be quite honest.
You're missing the reveal. Look at that.
Oh, I can't wait to try that.
It's a good Southern bowl
That's
sandwich.
a good sandwich. Okay, so this has been in the fridge, firmed up, and
You're gonna like it.
I'm gonna take, now you can see that this is starting to gel, and this is just right, because if it's too runny, it's gonna seep all over, and if it's totally gelled, you're not gonna be able to pour it. So now that it's partially, we're gonna pour it over the top
Oh, that's great.
and spread it to all the ends.
All the ends of the earth.
Ends of- Look at that.
Speaking of the ends of the earth, Carousel takes us out of the earth.
It does. It takes us up to heaven.
We go to heaven because one of the characters, well,
Billy Bigelow,
yes,
makes some bad choices in his life and tries to redeem himself. Still has kind of a small, short temper, but you know, I guess there's ways to interpret the ending of the show. But he does go up to heaven. So you got this, then you're going to want to put this back in the fridge and let that Jell-O sit so it's nice and firm. And then, do the magic.
Cue the magic.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Mmm.
Yes. There you get
I'm making you a little plate.
Okay, I'm going to put a little of this for us to try.
Look at that.
A little plate.
It's a little trio.
Just a little plate.
Look at that. Isn't that great?
I can't wait to try all of them, but I'm really looking forward to the pimento cheese.
Me too.
Okay, hand me that little plate. I'm going to
Okay.
get some of this.
And if you wanted to, you could serve a little pimento cheese on the side as a little garnish. Because I always like to garnish with kind of what's in the dish. You could put that there and put a basil leaf on it. That just came to me, folks.
Okay, here we go.
That's not
Let's hope this is
pre-planned.
going to
Look
work.
at that.
Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Oops, on my crust. Here we go. That's okay. I'm going to slide right under there, fella.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
And the beans? Might as well.
Oh, yes. Yum.
They're just starting to get warm.
So we don't have to cook those for very long. I got a little spoon here.
You got a spoon? Just try that.
Oh, we're just going to try it right up.
Just try it.
I see a piece of bacon. I'm just
Yeah.
going to go for that.
Oh, yeah.
I love the seasoning on it.
All that molasses.
Very good.
Okay. I don't know what to try first.
I'm going to try the salad because I don't want to give up these burgers once we get started.
Okay. You tell me.
Okay.
Tell me what you think of that.
I love
I've
strawberry.
been eating it all week because I've been making lots of them.
Oh. Very, very good.
A little crunch with the pretzel, a little savory. That cream cheese layer is so yummy.
But the Jell-O is so clean and fresh. That's what I love about it.
You could put some fresh strawberries on top if you wanted.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta stop. All right, dive in.
Oh, okay. Try this first. I'm a little afraid of these jalapenos.
I'll go in the same order you do. You got all the flavors. I can taste the bacon, I can taste the jalapenos, I can taste the cheese. The cheese is running out. You see it there?
It is. And that is not, sometimes you get those huge brats.
It's not.
This is very easy to handle and eat. And I appreciate that.
I do.
That's good. I'll save the pimento for last.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right.
Italian burger. Kind of like eating a pizza.
Or a meatball. That's what I kind of think
Meatball
of.
sandwich. I like it.
I think it uses a little more pesto, like a little more drop of pesto on the
Yeah,
top.
or maybe some of the sauce to dip it in.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like a little French dip, Italian dip.
I can't wait.
Okay, are we ready? This is the one I'm really looking forward to.
That's good.
Winner,
start.
winner. Pimento dinner.
And if you don't want to go to the trouble of making the pimento cheese, you can buy it at the grocery store. It's already made, but
But it's so
why
easy
would
to
you?
make.
Why would you? Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
This is really good. I'm
And
sorry, we're not
one little
supposed to
fun
compliment our
fact.
food.
Here's another trivia question for
Okay.
you. Well, we just keep eating. How many Tonys did Carousel win?
Oh, I would say 7.
Zero.
How do you come up with all these shows that never win Tony Awards?
There were no Tony Awards then.
What?
It actually opened before. The first Tony Awards, hold on, did I write this down? They started after, like the next year.
Oh.
And so, clearly, Oklahoma didn't win any,
Well,
and neither did Carousel.
now you said Carousel has not won any Tony Awards, but that may not be
Well,
exactly
the original production
Okay.
did not win, but there have been many revivals.
Mm-hmm.
Audra McDonald,
That little lady.
she's won a few. She's just won a few. 6 or 8? 6, I think.
4, I think.
4. Oh, I think she's won more.
Well, excuse me again.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
And I also know she's won in all the different categories. Act, singing, non-singing, all of that.
Yeah.
She won, and then they just did a revival in 2018 with Jesse Mueller, Joshua Henry, Renee Fleming, that won several Tonys.
Yes.
And Lindsay Mendez, who played Carrie Pepperidge, won a Tony. So it's a very popular show.
It is a very popular show.
And it's done every few years. You can always see it somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my!
Well, we need to pack this up and get out in the yard.
I know. We need to. It needs to stop raining.
Yes.
And we need to have our summer. But you know, it's June now, and the
June is
summer,
busting out all
it's
over.
Busting. Hey.
Hey,
Nice
look
segue.
down in the comments because I'm going to post a video that you really need to see. About
Is it
June's
about June is busting out all over?
Mhm.
And we'll clarify Audra McDonald's Tony wins
Yes.
too. We'll let
Yes.
you know. And of course, all the recipes will be down below. And check out our YouTube channel, Sing for Your Supper Kansas City, where you can search, by category, by recipe, however you want. All the shows are on there. You can binge them.
Binge 'em.
Just have a great
Excuse
time.
me.
So this has been wonderful.
It has.
Please get out, enjoy the beautiful summer weather, and picnic and make some of this wonderful food.
Absolutely.
And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.